In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Hello everyone and welcome to another one of our English language lessons. This lesson will be for the first intermediate grade and it will be on the second semester. It is called Dear Diary. We're going to take reading and vocabulary and the pronunciation this time. It was prepared by the amazing Miss Abira Al-Nizi as always, and it will be presented by yours truly, Muhannad Aboyan. Alright, so at the beginning, what shall we do? We must look at the objectives as always. So the objectives of our lesson is to present vocabulary, structures, and functions in the context of two diary entries. And then to have students differentiate between the t sound, d sound, and it sounds of the end of the ed ending of regular verbs in the past simple. Okay, so what we're going to learn today is something about sounds also when we are speaking with words. Alright, so first of all, let's have a small warm-up as always. Do you keep a diary? What do you usually write about it? What do you think? Do you keep a diary? Come on, tell me. Do you keep a diary? Do you know what's a diary? People sometimes use diaries, to write things that they feel, to write whatever that happened in their days. Well, no, probably not, yes. Most of us actually don't, especially in Saudi Arabia. We don't have Saudi Arabia, or Saudi people actually do not use diaries. I don't know why. We just like to keep our feelings to ourselves for some reason. And of course, that will make us more stressed. But usually people all over the world actually do keep a diary. They write whatever troubles them in their day or whatever happens to them in their day. Some of them actually go back to their diaries and of course check on whatever happened in the past. So, to have some beautiful memories, nostalgia, and so on. And some people, of course, write whatever stressed them out so that, they become more comfortable, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. Well, to me, no, I don't keep a diary, and neither my friend Muhammad does here. And of course, what do we usually write about? We don't have a diary to write anything, actually. So, yeah, that's what it is. Alright, so we have a small reading. We have just some reading. Let's do it now. Let's read it together now, okay? Alright, so look at the two diary entries below written by two brothers, Danny and Luke. Listen, read, and answer the question. Okay, so we only have one question and we need to read the diary so we can make sure that everything is quite clear. Okay, let's start. Wednesday, 3rd of April. Today started like any other day. I got home from school and did my homework. Then Dad asked me to clean the garage and Luke asked me to find some information on the internet for his project. Boring. I just wanted to play football. Then something incredible happened. A blackout. No electricity, no cleaning, no computer. Yippee! So I played football in the street with my friends all evening. It was a brilliant match. Alright, so this is the first diary entry. What about the second now? On the second diary, which is a digital diary, as you can see here, well, he's quite, good with computers and all. He's like a sophisticated person. Okay, this evening, there was a blackout for 3 hours. So I stopped working on my project and sat outside in the garden with my parents. Danny played football with his friends in the dark. They were so funny. They sometimes kicked each other instead of the ball. They got a lot of bruises. Then we had a picnic, sandwiches and fruit. In the moonlight. Life without electricity is not bad every now and then. Okay, so we have read the diary and of course we're going to go back to the diary once again as always. So let's start now. Who was happy about the blackout? Which of these boys was happy about the blackout? Was it Danny? Was it Luke? Or both of them were actually happy? What do you think? Let's go back and check it out again. Check it all out again. Although I believe we both know the answer. But let's make extra sure. What do you think? Alright, let's make extra sure again. So, Wednesday, 3rd of April. Today started like any other day. I got home from school and did my homework. Then, Dad asked me to clean the garage and Luke asked me to find some information on the internet for his project. Boring. I just wanted to play football. Until now we can't see anything that says he is happy. There is nothing that says he is happy. Let's continue reading the diary. Maybe we'll find something out. So, then something incredible happened. A blackout. No electricity, no cleaning, no computer. Yippee! So I played football in the street with my friends all evening. It was a brilliant match. So what do you think? Do you think he's happy? Is he happy? Is Danny over here? Danny, that's Danny's diary. Is he happy? Yes, he is. Yes, Danny is absolutely happy. He said that it was a brilliant match, and of course he was happy about the blackout. Many people actually would not be happy when a blackout comes, but he was. Okay, so Danny is happy. We got that right. Danny is actually happy. What about Luke now? What about Luke? Let's check out what Luke has written. So, Luke said, "This evening there was a blackout for 3 hours, so I stopped working on my project and sat outside in the garden with my parents. Danny played football with his friends in the dark. They were so funny. They sometimes kicked each other instead of the ball. They got a lot of bruises. Then we had a picnic, sandwiches and fruit in the moonlight. Life without electricity is not bad every now and then." What do you think? What do you think about him? Now, does Luke look happy also? Does he look happy? Did he have a good time? He said that they had a picnic, and he said that they ate sandwiches and fruits under the moonlight, and he said that life without electricity is not bad actually every now and then. So what is it? Is he happy also? Is Luke happy? Well, I guess yes he is, because he was watching his friend, his brother and his friends kicking each other, of course, and they got a lot of bruises. So yeah, both of them actually. So what we say now, it's C. That's right, it is C, which is both of them. Both of them are actually happy. So who was happy about the blackout? That's right, excellent, that's right. So who was happy about the blackout? Well, both Danny and Luke were happy. Okay, so the next one over here, the next one now, we have some questions. Of course, this is the answer. This is the answer as we have seen. So we have some questions over here. It says, read again, and write T for true and F for false. And you already know what is the meaning of true and false. True for the right answer and false for the not correct answer, the incorrect answer. Okay, so the first question over here, it says, they were without electricity for 3 hours. So once again, how do we look? How do we look for an information like this? We must look at the main parts. I believe it's true. Yes, I believe it's true. However, let's go and make extra sure. So it says there, they were without, first of all, they were without electricity, and it says for 3 hours. Let's check it out and make sure. So, which one of them mentioned that they were without electricity for 3 hours? Let's look again. Today started like any other day. I got home from school, did my homework, then Dad asked me to clean, and then Luke asked me to find something in the internet for his project. That was all boring. I just wanted to play. Nothing about 3 hours. Nothing about 3 hours yet. Let's continue. Something incredible happened. Blackout, no electricity, cleaning, computer, and so on. So, played football in the street with my friends in the evening, and it was brilliant. Did he mention anything about 3 hours? No, I don't think so. There was nothing about 3 hours. Let's continue and make sure. This evening there was blackout for, that's right, 3 hours now. He said it. There was a blackout, and he said, for 3 hours. So, is it true or false? Once again, is it true or false? So we can make sure. Is it true or false? Yes, it is true. That's true. It was for 3 hours. So we put true. What about the second one? The second one over here, it says, as you can see, Danny needed help with the project. Did Danny need help with the project, or was it Luke? Who needed that? So, this is what Luke has written. So he said, I stopped working on my project. You see, he said he has a project. Luke has a project. So he said that I stopped working on my project. And of course, what did Danny say? Danny also said, from school and did my homework. Then Dad asked me to clean the garage, and Luke asked me, that's right, to find some information on the internet for his project. That's right. So, who actually asked them? Luke asked me, and then he says over here, of course, for his project. So, is it true or false? Well, that's right, it is false. Why did we say it is false? Because Not Danny. Danny did not need any help. He didn't need any help. He actually wanted to help his brother. His brother Luke is the one who wanted help. So this is false. This is false. Okay, what about the third one here? It says, Danny cleaned the garage in the end. Did he? Did Danny clean the garage in the end? Let's check it out. Let's just, do it as fast as possible. So, this is Danny, as you can see. He was like, Luke asked me to find some information on the internet for his project. Boring, I just wanted to play football. And then he said, then something incredible happened. A blackout, no electricity, no cleaning, no computer. Well, he said yippee, of course, because he's happy. So I played football in the street with my friends all evening. It was a brilliant match. So he said here, no cleaning. He said no cleaning. So what does that mean? Did he clean the garage? Do you think he cleaned the garage? No, he didn't. That's right. No, he did not. He didn't clean the garage in the end. So the garage is still, I believe, not clean. So what we have to do over here, we're going to put false. That's right, we put false over here, which is Danny cleaned the garage at the end. No, he didn't. He didn't clean the garage. Okay, we have three more. Luke and his parents. Luke and his parents watched the football match. So what do we think about that? Did Luke and his parents watch it? Did they watch the football match? Okay, let's make it quick and look. So this is what Luke has written. Luke says, this evening there was a blackout for 3 hours, so I stopped working on my project and sat outside in the garden with my parents. He said that he sat with his parents. That's first. Then he said, Danny played football with his friends in the dark. They were so funny. They sometimes kicked each other instead of the ball. They got a lot of bruises. Then we had a picnic. So what do you think? He said that he was with his parents, you see. I sat outside in the garden with my parents, and Danny, of course, played football with his friends. So is it true or false? But he was with his parents, as you can see. He was with his parents, and Danny was playing in the street, and they were outside. So, is it true or false? That's right. Yes, it is true. It is absolutely true. So, the first one over here, as you can see, which is number 4. Luke and his parents watched the football match. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And, of course, Luke thought it was so funny because Danny and his friends kept on kicking each other. Alright, what about this one? Danny has bruises now. Does Danny have any bruise? Does he have any bruise? Let's see. So now he said that Danny played football with his friends in the dark. They were so funny. They sometimes kicked each other instead of the ball. They got a lot of bruises. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. There are too many bruises, actually. So, is it true or false? That's right. It is true. It is absolutely true. Okay. So this one is true also. Let's move now to the next one. Which is, they had dinner outside. Did they have dinner outside? Let's check out now to make sure. Let's check out so that we make sure that they had dinner or not. So he said that they got a lot of bruises. Then we had a picnic, and you know what is the meaning of a picnic? We do it all the time in Saudi Arabia, I believe. So he said sandwiches and fruit in the moonlight. Life without electricity is not bad at all. So is that considered? Do we consider that to be, to be dinner? Is it considered to be dinner when you have sandwiches at night? Is it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is considered to be dinner. Yes, that's right. It is considered to be dinner. And he said that we had a picnic. We, it means him and his family, his brother and his parents. So they actually did. They had some sandwiches and fruits. So in that case, that's true. Yes, that is absolutely true. They had dinner outside of the house. They had dinner outside of the house. So this one also is true. That's right. It is absolutely true. Okay, so here are the answers. As you can see, they were without electricity for 3 hours. That's right. However, Luke needed help with the project, not Danny. Danny did not need any help. Actually, it was Luke. And then Danny did not clean the garage in the end. He didn't clean it, so that's false also. And then Luke and his parents watched the football match. Yes, they did. And they were like laughing at Danny and his friends because they were kicking each other instead of the ball. What about Danny now? Does he have bruises now? Yes, he does. Why is that? Because, well, his friends are kicking him and he's kicking them. So, of course, they're going to get bruises. And in the end, they had sandwiches and fruits. Of course, they did a picnic and had a picnic and, of course, had sandwiches and fruits. So, did they have dinner outside? Yes, they did. Yes, they did. So now we have some pronunciation. Pronunciation, which is absolutely quite easy. I want you to tell me what is the difference between A, which is this one, B, and finally C. Okay, listen to me now, I'm gonna say it now. And I want you to concentrate on the last letters, as you can see, the ED at the end, alright? Okay, so let's do them. The first one is watched. Again, watched. One last time, watched. Then the second one, played. Again, played. One last time, played. Finally, wanted. Wanted. One last time, of course, wanted. What do you think? Is the pronunciation the same? Are they the same? No, it is not. They're actually not. They are not the same. Each of them is different. How different? We're going to see now the phonetics over here. The first one, as you can see, it's a T sound. T sound, like a letter T. For example, as you can see, watched. Watched. You see that? Can you listen to that? Watched. It's like you are pronouncing a T at the end instead of a D. However, in the second one, it says played. Played. You see the difference? Played. So this one is actually a D sound. And at the last one, wanted. Wanted. And last time, wanted. You see? That's the difference, of course, with the whole thing. So the last one, of course, you see, it. Wanted, as you can see. Alright, so, because they are clear, I want you to help me out now. I want you to help me out, and let's answer these words, okay? We're going to put a tick, as you can see here, into the whole pronunciation, whether it was a T or a D or an IT. The first one, come on, help me out here. The first one is watched. Oh, I'm sorry, the first one is started. Started. So what do you think? Which one is it? Started? That's right, it's the last one. It's the last one. Let me change the color over here so it becomes so clear. So the first one over here, it's actually wanted. Wanted. What about the second one? Happened. Happened. That's right, it's a D sound. It's a D sound. Happened. The third one, asked. 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 As you can see, that's right, it's a T sound. T sound. The fourth, listened. 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 That's right, yes, that's a D sound. A D sound. What about the second? Stayed. Stayed. And again, stayed. Are you sure? Stayed. I didn't say stayed. No, stayed. Just right away, stayed. That's right, it's a D sound. It's a D sound. Let's go to the next one. Visited. Visited. One last time. Visited. Which one is it? That's right. Absolutely right. Then we have liked. 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 As you can see, it has a T sound. That's right. It has a T sound. The one before the last. Hated. 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 Once again, hated. Can you see that? Hated. Which one is it? But don't you think it has an like it sound to it? Not D. It's it, don't you think? Hated. Hated. That's right. It's hated, like wanted, hated. That's right. The last one, helped. Helped. The last one, helped. But as you can see, helped. It's like a T sound at the end. Helped. Don't you think? Like watched. Helped. It's the same sound, as you can see. It's the same sound. So this one will be, that's right, will be a T sound. A T sound. Let's go back to them again and check them out quite, the first one quite fast. The first one, started. And of course, here as you can see also, visited. And of course, hated. Can you see that? However, here as you can see, happened, listened, stayed. And of course, finally, the T sound, asked, liked, helped. You see the difference now. You see the difference between each of these. And these are the phonetics, of course. These are the phonetics that we actually love to hear. And of course, how to learn the pronunciation of words so you can absolutely be fluent in the language. Alright, so this is the summary of our lesson. In this lesson, we have presented the T sound, D sound, and IT sound. Of course, at the end of ED ending, words of regular verbs in the past simple which we have already taken. Here are some examples. As you can see, I watched the match. I watched the match. I played with my friends. I played with my friends. I wanted some juice. I wanted some juice. Alright, thank you so much. Thank you so much as always, everyone. It's been an absolute pleasure for me to present these lessons, and you have been absolutely great. Thank you so much, and have a good night. Thank you so much, and goodbye.
Oh